Welcome back. This segment is sponsored by the law offices of David L. Carrier. Joining us now, our elder law and estate planning expert, David Carrier. He has brought his little Smurf family.
We call these, this is a, it's a learning device. It's a
I like it.
visual aid.
Visual aids are good because
we're on television. This ain't the radio. You got to visualize things, right?
I appreciate that about you, David. And this is important stuff because you're talking about really protecting people's assets for the long term and making the right decisions by everybody involved in the family dynamic.
Well, the thing is, lots of times people say, oh, you're protecting the assets, but what we're really doing is protecting the choices of the families. You know what I mean? It's some people get the idea that, well, the more money, the better. Well, how about enough money?
Yes.
If we save enough money so that your choices matter throughout your lifetime, well, that's the idea. It's not about, storing up,
piles and piles of gold.
Not that that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I saw The Hobbit. I guess that is a bad thing. But anyway, yeah, it's not about that. It's really about making sure that your choices count throughout your lifetime.
Yes.
And the emails that we got here have to do with that. How do we make sure that our choices matter and continue to matter? Because
what you've done is you brought some examples of the kinds of questions that people come to you with, and these are very typical. And that is a parent in a nursing home, right? I mean, set this up for me.
Okay, so here's the idea. We've got mom and dad. Whoops, dad fell down already. Anyway, we got mom and dad. Dad's died.
Yes.
And now mom's to the nursing home.
Yes.
And the question is, the kids have moved out of the house, of course, and now mom's stuck with the big house.
Yeah.
The question is, can mom, now that dad's in the nursing home, right? Dad's in the nursing home, mom's at home, can mom move to the smaller house? And this is something we deal with all the time. And because the big house is worth more, can we save the difference and all the rest? And as it's true with so much of this stuff, it really comes to a timing thing. It's not, can you do it? It's how do you do it? And how do you do it in such a way that you get to hang on to, the difference? So if we're moving from the big house to the, to the condo, a lot of folks doing that. I don't want to, once dad's in the nursing home, mom doesn't want to go from the bedroom on the second floor to the laundry in the basement.
But she wants to maintain independence and age in place in a place that's comfortable for her.
Right, and exactly right, and that's what it's all about. I'll tell you, one of the scariest. We get all these numbers and statistics and stuff, but one of the scariest is the fact that the at-home spouse, the caregiver spouse, dies first 2/3 of the time.
Yes.
2/3 of the time, the one in the nursing home survives.
Outlives them by a long shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how does that happen? Well, it happens because they kill themselves. Number one, they kill themselves keeping the first one out of the nursing home.
Yeah.
And now mom's stuck with the big house, maintaining, completely inappropriate to what she needs. She needs the little place.
Yeah.
But she can't get it because if she gets it, now the money counts and there are ways of handling that.
So what you do is you hold workshops. You help guide people to make those good choices and decisions.
Well, that's and it's usually a family discussion. It's not just mom and dad. And I'll tell you, mom and dad really need the support of the kids. It goes both ways. Mom and dad do not. The last thing. This is my impression. The last thing mom and dad want to do is give up their independence, say, okay, kids, run our lives. I mean, nobody wants that, okay? But what they need, what mom and dad can use, and what usually works out very well, is kind of that warm support from the kids. And what the workshop does, the thing is, at the workshop, so often, we're saying things that the kids may have said before, or the kids may have identified as an issue, but lots of times, let's face it, it's hard for parents to hear what the kids are saying.
Yeah.
Not because of the way they're saying it, not because of what they're saying, but because they're the kids. And then when you hear the same sorts of things at the workshop, now it clicks.
Okay, maybe they do have my best interest in mind. Maybe they do know what they're talking about.
Right. And this happens too with spouses, How often do we have, you get the spouse elbowing the other one? I've been telling you that for years.
Yeah.
I get it. Now
Yeah.
she hears it, so it's okay.
Well, we want you to know that there are upcoming life plan workshops scheduled. And for more information, you can see the dates there. They're still yet in June and early July. But call the number there, 616-361-8400, or go online to davidcarrierlaw.com. We've put all this information on our website at WZZM13.com under Take 5. David, thank you.
You're right. You know, the workshops are free, but they fill up.
Okay, so make the
They
call.
all fill.
All right, music from Bennett coming up next. Stick around.